700 millimeter brand new FX Superior liner in 25 caliber. This is Cal's rifle, so this is what he'll be using this year, between this and his 22 cal, to hunt the squirrels in Missouri. So we're just going to tune it up to shoot the new hybrids FX came out with a little while back. They're 26 grain. They do pretty well. So far we've tested it around on minimum power 150 bar on the reg. It's getting around 950 feet per second, and then we went up to power 4 and it was around 107, 109, or 1,009 feet per second. We noticed that shooting 1,000 feet per second at 50 yards was giving us, a little bit of a group, about 3/4 of an inch. We thought maybe that's shooting a little fast, so we bumped it down to minimum power, and it was shooting around 950s, and that drew the group into about a ½ inch. We've had some groups that shot a 5-shot group, and 3 or 4 of them landed in the same, touching easily. So that could have been me on one of the shots just pulling. But we're just going to tune it up here. I'm going to set up the scope for him, and we're going to do a little bit of ballistics so we know what he's going to dope his scope to. I'm saying we'll probably change the yardage on the scope because we're going to be shooting at different feet per second. So we're just going to get to it, and I think we'll probably stick around 950. We'll play around with it again just to see how it does. Maybe that barrel needs a break in a little bit. I know every barrel does when it comes to rifles, so maybe the break-in period will be another video we make after about maybe 1,000 rounds or so, just to see how it's shooting then. I mean, I would think it'd only tighten up. So we're shooting the FX Impact X 700 millimeter 25 caliber new Superior liner. The bar is on 150. I've got the hammer spring on minimum. The hammer spring is maxed out internally with that Allen, so we're getting very consistent readings. And we've got the valve adjuster, the valve stop at 3 and about a half. I may even mess with that a little bit on the video if we can turn it up to about maybe 2 on the hammer spring and turn that wheel down to about maybe 3. We should be getting around probably 960s. That's what we're shooting for. We want a flat trajectory. We usually shoot around 30 yards, I'd say. Sometimes up to 50, but if you can look around, I mean, it's pretty dense forest, and it only gets a little bit denser on the bottom undergrowth as you go. So if a squirrel hits the ground, it's gone. We're just gonna have fun today. We're gonna tune this rifle, and then I'll probably tune mine back there, and then we're gonna go out for a hunt. So stay tuned. He's way back. Yeah, we gotta head on out. He's running for the hills. I got a shot on a red one right here too. Go ahead.
Shifts it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's up there. He's hit. Take him out. Yeah, male and female. It's a good start to a first day of squirrel season. Cal coming in hot with that Lothar Walther barrel. Shooting the redesigned 25 grains. On to the next spot.
Nice gray squirrel.
Yes, it is.
Man, this squirrel got balls.
First of the day.
Oh yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
What was it
Healthy.
after I missed 3 times? Yeah, I probably shot at
call
this
it.
squirrel 2 times, right? Alright. Nice. All right.
Cow with his first gray
Yep.
of the day.
Yep, with the short barrel.
Yeah, Lothar Walther, heavy barrel.
Yes, custom barrel.
Redesigned. Nice.
Nice. All right.
You see it? I see it, yeah. It's all the way by the bottom of that tree. That's about 50 yards. Oh, it went up. It went up there. There's a squirrel over there. I think it's about 20, 25 yards. Casey's gonna get ready to take the shot. Go for it, go for it. Oh, you got him. Yes, 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 yes. All right, after Casey shot that squirrel, and he's getting ready to go pick it up.
You see it yet?
Yeah, it's over there. It's only like, what, 25 yards? That's the closest that you ever got.
There should be a couple in here too. Hey, they're right next to each other. This one.
Yeah. So that's the one that I shot, and that's the one that you shot, right?
Look at that young one.
Yeah. Nice and tender right there.
Yeah, we'll have that one for lunch.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Perfect.
Okay, this
Yeah.
one.
All right, let me see your squirrel. Oh, yes.
There's a size difference in them.
Yeah. So that's the mama, And that's the baby right there. Both headshots?
That one is, and that one is too.
Oh, okay, good. Nice shooting.
Nope.
No body? Oh, okay. Hard shot. Okay, all right.
You see him?
Yeah, I saw one over there. He's about 40 yards out. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot.
Ready when you are. Nice.
Oh, I got him. Oh.
He was towards that grass, wasn't he? Or was he in the woods? We're taking about 20 steps, so we're about maybe 10 to 15 more away from him.
There it is. It's right here.
Yeah, I thought he was in the grass.
Yeah. Oh, it's a baby too.
Hey, nice.
A headshot. Oh, it's still alive. Let me dispatch him first. Off camera, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Casey just shot that squirrel. It's hanging on a tree. But there's one more up on the tree.
Good to go?
Yep. All right, let's go retrieve your squirrel. Okay, guys. Well, Casey just shot another squirrel, and this is so by far the closest shot yet. 10 yards. Yeah.
Holdover was like
Yeah.
2 mils probably.
Yep. Yep. It's so close that he has to hold over for it, but yep,
Compensate for
we
that
got it.
scope height distance from
Yep.
the
Yep. Is it a headshot?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a headshot. All right. Congratulations. Nice job.
Well, Missouri squirrel season has finally started. And Cal and I get to break out the impacts and enjoy the outdoors, that's for sure. We came down to the Corps land. What Corps land is Corps of Engineering, Army Corps of Engineering. It wraps around the outside of the lake, and it's all conservation land pretty much, so you can hunt deer, small game, turkey, all in this land, as long as you had the valid permits, just like normal hunting on private land. Not too many people hunt out here, that's why we like to come out here. Today was mainly about just finding the mulberry trees and the hickory trees, so we can get ready for about June and July in the season. That's when it really picks up on them hitting those fruit trees hard. A little bit easier to get on them that way because they're busy, you know, finding the fruit and eating it and not paying attention to all the threats around. So we brought our impacts. I've got the Mark II with a 25 cal barrel. I've got the external plenum on there. I've got dual bottles just so I could have the Emperor by Donnie FL. It really quiets this 25 cal down. I'm shooting the 26 grain Hades at about 9:30 and sighted in for 45 yards. The closest shots we take is around 10, so I'm holding up on those, but everything else is pretty much just holding right on because we're shooting about 20 to 30 yards max with all this dense forest around here. It's been a pretty good morning so far. We've got a couple squirrels, we're just kind of taking a break. and we're going to go back out. This is day number 2 of the season. It's been pretty good so far. I'm pretty excited about what's to come because we see a lot of hickory trees around here, so right when those start coming out, we're going to be back down here and hopefully get set up in a blind in a little bit more stable position so we can get a little bit better footage. It's pretty hard to have one guy filming and another guy shooting and just trying to get all that in one. It's definitely a challenge, but we love it. It's a great time. I use a couple things I use while out squirrel hunting. I use a rangefinder. I don't use it too often. I can usually judge within 20-30 yards, but anything past that, I always like to use it just to make sure I'm going to get a clean hit on the squirrel. Another thing I'll use is the Primos bipod. It extends up to about, I'd say about 56 inches or so, maybe 60. It extends all the way down to 18 inches or so, 2 foot. So when you're sitting on the ground or standing, you can use it. It works pretty well. It's real lightweight. Collapses. I just kind of throw it on my side there when I use the pack. And I just use a fanny pack. It's got multiple different little pockets, waterproof. I can carry my water bottle, my skinning knife, and also I can fit a couple squirrels on the outside, and I can fit about 4 or 5 on the inside. So it works out pretty well. It's lightweight, so you don't have to get that shoulder strain carrying a heavy backpack all day if you're just out for a quick hunt. But if you're out for the limit on squirrels in Missouri is 10, so if you're gonna try to shoot 10 squirrels, you may want to carry a backpack instead of a small pack like this. Shooting the impact with the 28, I think it's 28 with the maybe 26 round.
Yeah, 26.
This is 26,
Yeah,
26 round side shot.
25.
I don't even carry any extra mags or ammo with me because shooting 26 times in this dense forest is almost impossible. You're lucky to get maybe 10 shots within 4 or 5 hours of being out here, unless you hit a really heavy gray squirrel population. When the fruit trees start bearing fruit, you'll see quite a bit more. That's when you maybe want to carry an extra mag or 2 in there, but other than that, you won't really use a full mag on a regular day. I've got the side shot. I've got a Hero 6 in there with the 12 millimeter lens. Works out great. I'm still kind of tinkering with it to make it the best footage, but for now it works just fine. Click one button and you're recording. I had the side shot with the phone on there first, and it kind of got tricky on just powering up your phone in time and pushing the right button. So I just switched to the easier version of that, would be the GoPro. I also use a sling. It's a Magpul sling. It's an MS4, and I've got a swivel head right here. It's a quick detach, so you just push it in and you're locked in and you're ready to roll. I just tuck it underneath the armpit right here. As I walk, I can use both my hands. I usually have one hand on the shooting stick carrying it, but it works out great, and you can just detach it if you want to and move it around wherever. It works out great. The sling also has a cool feature of you can draw it in if you want it a little bit tighter, or you can draw it out just right here by this. I really like that feature. It works out great for us. But that's pretty much my setup. I mean, do I have to run the dual bottles while I'm out here? Probably not, but it allows me to get that Emperor on there so I can really make quiet shots, and it makes a huge difference out here, because if those squirrels hear a big crack, then they're laying down on the top of a tree for a while. And with all this thick foliage up top, spring, summertime, fall is not too big of a deal, but spring and summertime, getting up on a squirrel it can prove to be pretty difficult, but that's the fun part about it. I mean, you're not going out here just shooting, pest birds and stuff like that, which is also fun too with these rifles, but getting in here and using them for squirrel hunting is just amazing. It changes the world of just shooting a 22 LR in the woods. It's awesome. But I'll let Cal explain his setup. He's got a really nice setup here, and we'll get on with it.
Yep. Well, guys, my gun is equipped with the 4K Pro from ATN. I have here a Donnie suppressor, and I have here is a special custom barrel that we made. It's a low water barrel, And yeah, um, in the future, you guys will, we'll make a review of this barrel, just this barrel with the impact. So we call this the hybrid impacts because it has a loader water barrel and it's a solid barrel. So, very solid right here. Unlike the impact, just use the liner. It's very accurate too. It shoots the JSB redesign in 22. So this is a 22 setup. Um, yeah, it's basically just the standard impact bodies, except this custom stock right here from a Sabertex. But other than that, then you know, yeah, we're out here squirrel hunting, and this is the second day, and this is the first week opening. Um, Casey shot a few squirrel, I shot a few squirrel, and yeah, right now we're just here, resting, and I'm showing you guys what we use, our gear, for hunting squirrel, especially during this time of the year. So yeah, all right. So
Cal carries a backpack because he carries all the squirrels, so I don't have
oh yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. It's
He usually shoots most of them too.
it's
So
a heavy backpack right now. It used to be light though, but yeah. All right, and Yeah.
your stock, your setup is completely stock, right? You have no power plant or anything. on
no,
there.
no power plant. Not
So
yet, not
with
yet.
this shorter barrel, your reg's at what right now?
Yeah,
It's around 120,
Yeah, right now it's at no, it's actually at 140.
140.
Yeah, 140, and we're at power number 4 right now, and it's shooting 900 feet per second
Yeah.
using the 25.5 grain GSP redesign. So,
Yeah, it's a laser. I mean,
Yeah.
we were really surprised when we
Yeah.
set that barrel up, milled it down.
yeah,
It really surprised me. It's a polygonal unchoked.
yeah,
So you don't have that choke at the end. That last few inches doesn't, it's a straight bore all the way through, so it doesn't have that pinch point at the end, which proves to be great with those redesigns. I mean, it really holds a tight group,
yeah,
especially what we need it for.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And guys, this is a prototype, so it's something that we made for personal use. So it's still a prototype, but it seems to be at about 85% of the standard that we are wanting to see in accuracy wise.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
a 500 millimeter barrel.
Yes, just about
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Yeah. So so this is our version
I
of
think it's about a 6. It's a
Yeah.
little bit less than a 6. 'Cause
Yeah.
This one's a 475. This is a custom barrel from South Florida Airguns. The guy made it for me. It's actually a cut down sleeve and stuff, but I've got a slug liner in there.
yeah.
Just to bump up that twist rate a little bit for the shorter barrel. And with these Hades, I mean, it's crazy the accuracy that I've got out of it so far, especially at 930. I mean, it's awesome. It's a great shooter.
Yep.
But I think that's about it on the gear. I think the rest of the video will probably do some shots, maybe some.
Yeah, some accuracy tests.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, some
And,
accuracy tests.
hopefully
Especially
you
with
guys
this
stay
barrel.
tuned.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. See you guys later.
Cal and I are just finished up the second day of opening season of these Missouri squirrels. We've got some grays and some reds. We pulled off the reds yesterday. It was more of a open field hunt, a few big trees, and today was dense forest with the grays. We ended up getting a couple small grays, which are great to eat, and then some mature grays as well. 4 of those, and then 2 reds. So we got a variety, and we're happy. The first couple days of the season, we could have hunted a little bit more the first few days, but we took time to do a little bit more tuning with our rifles and a little bit of accuracy test as well for the first day of hunting. But we showed you all the gear and what we're shooting, and I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if you want to say any last few words, Cal, in this video, but
Yeah, like Casey mentioned it, you know, be able to shoot a few gray squirrel and a couple of a red squirrel for the past 2 days, the opening season for this weekend. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good hunting.
yeah,
And
I've
yeah,
had fun.
yeah, and these short barrels are very, very good, especially shooting at this time of the year because of the density of the woods.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's nice rifle, very accurate, and yeah, and I guess what we just see you guys on the next video then, right?
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Okay.
See you there.
Yep. See you then.